Hello, welcome back to the studio above the clouds. You're back just for a studio session, which means I'm just painting in real time. I was up here painting earlier. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to end up posting that one or not, just because I was recording with a different device. This wasn't up here and it was at a different angle. So I'm not sure if it was going to be worth it, quite frankly. It was at a much more low angle, but this is much better. So you're going to get a better look at what I'm doing. As you can see, probably from, well, potentially from the last time I did anything on this. He's got, I'll move you around a little bit here. He's got a vest on, or a tunic, and then he's got some things. The Telenuth has his bracers. Man, I couldn't think of the word for that. I was just talking about these earlier, but he's got these bracers on that I painted, and then he's got a belt on. And then when I'm getting ready to jump into is actually his shoulder pads, his shoulders. But let me get you set up just slightly better here now that I have the video and I can see it. And I'll get you set here so that you can really see what's going on. There we go. Now you've got a good shot of him. So yeah, now you can really see what's going on and where we are on him. You can see the other bracer. This is where we are. A lot of texture on those. And I'm really going to be jumping in and getting back into those bracers again. And want to really finish. I think I might be. I'm going to add a little bit more detail to them with what I'm using to do the shoulder pads, essentially. So I'm going to do those, and then a little bit more detail, and then the rocks, and then I'm going to have to touch up the horns because you can see the sky through them when you get close to them. And then we'll probably be pretty close to, well, and then we'll have to do the buckle on the belt there. And then it'll just be coming back in with some detail, with really, really fine detail on the face and everything. And then I can't put it off anymore, and I've got to move over to the dwarves and whatnot that are on steeds, that then I have to do all the fur and fur and all that stuff. So here we go. I've already got, where am I? There I go. I'm going to put them right in front of you. You are just going to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem here. You're going to be right in the middle of things. And then I need a pep butter towel to clean things off on. And let's just dive in here. I just walked back up here and turned this on and was like, let's dive in. Let's go on this adventure together. All right, I mixed this up earlier, this color with some of the medium, and then I want some of what's called coffee, which doesn't look like any coffee I've never had coffee that looks like that. Not like that. It's always darker. Why did I do that? All right, now a little bit of this off to the side. All right. That one, I think glitter makes it better. Oh, wait a second. That, yeah, actually, I do want to do that. See how this goes. Taking a chance here. All right, that is, in fact, happy accident. That is what we're going to use for the belt buckle. Yep, I like that. And that works out really well. And it's nice and thick. All right, but I don't think I can use that particular. No, maybe I can. Let me try. It is a big belt buckle. A little wider than I meant for it to, but we'll just work it into the design. Hopefully that close-up of my hand wasn't too disturbing. I didn't realize that was going to happen until it happened. More glitter is better. I like that color a lot. And I like the texture a whole lot. Let's see if we can get that to stand up even more. Yes. Very cool. But that helped. Just makes it look better. It's got light on it, little depth. See if I can do the same here with a broader strip. Yep, that worked. Yep, cool. Take a little bit of this off. I'm going to do the same thing on that. Let me just see something. How much is coming off? Not much. All right, I'm going to take a chance here. I think this is going to be good. Yikes. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. A little broader than I expected, but it's not going anywhere. I guess you're hanging out. Committed now. I like it. It's cool. All right, dude. Rocks. Rocks, rocks, rocks. You got rocks in your hands. You got rocks in your hands. All right, so that's the next thing. It's chilly up here today. Surprisingly so, actually. I have to be honest. Things set at 59. It's got to be warmer than that. What does that say? There's no way. I could turn the heat up for sure. 68. Okay, that seems more reasonable. I have it turned down a bit since I'm the only one here. All right, Rocky Road. Some black. Carbon black. No, it's not carbon black. Luster black. Pardon me. Luster black. Mossy. That is no sparkle bronze. Man, I'm off my game. That was mossy green. Sparkle bronze. And some white. Always the freaking sparkles. freaking sparkles. Rock number 1. Pardon my reach. And rock number 2. I guess that should probably continue. Went around that way a bit, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's probably a problem with this rock. It rocks off a bit abruptly. Not that they can't. It's a little weird. It kind of needs to dry. And then probably one more layer. All right. Ish. And I could really do maybe, I swear, he could use a little shadow. Maybe I could do it with this. Well, the problem is now, I think I got to move on. And I'm displeased by that. I'm pleased. I'm happy with how he's turned out. But it means I have to move on. He's probably a little thin and tall. But again, all shapes and sizes. All shapes and sizes. So that's all right. I tell you, it took everything I had to come over here. Even though I love this and I need to do this. But Jesse decided to restart. But for some reason picked tonight to restart Peaky Blinders. And you forget how good a show is until it restarts. And man, that's a good start. That's a good start. That was a hard walk away. Like, ooh. Tommy Shelby. What? Hang on. Aunt Polly. But no. I'm normally really not into like violence and stuff, but I don't know. Something about the way that show handled it. For the most part. Not always. Alright, let's see if we can make this look cool. You can tell I kept one over here because I couldn't stop. I decided there was one more thing I wanted to do. Oh yeah, it's a good idea. It's like Ming the Merciless from the Flash Gordon movie. I did not mean for that to happen, by the way. That was actually, it was completely unintentional. And really completely unintentional. Probably not even good. But oh well, here we are. Here we are. Hanging out with Ming of the Taiwanese. Whoops. Badass. I like him. He's cool. Like I could do more with the skin to make it more obvious that it is very stone-like. Maybe it's the hands that are actually bothering me more, and here I am working on the arms, but just something about it that doesn't seem. Mm. That might actually help. They're just kind of dull. I like that much more. All right, let's see what I can do about the hands. Do a little bit of this gray in here too for giggles. Knees were in a sorry state. Can't even really see that, but they're not even really on the canvas. They're folding onto the bottom. It doesn't matter. You have to be painted. All right, now I do believe hands, fingers, knees, and toes. I don't want all that dry, and then we're gonna shift. Oh, my dude, my dude, my dude, my dude. Am I prepared to do you? Big central dude. My scary, scary Thorben dude. We're moving up, moving on up to the east side. There we go. Oh, here we go. Horror of horrors. Well, the first thing I need to do is the axe anyway. So that's easy. And I already have something I can use mixed up for it. So that's even better. Even better. I really like a little scoop. Let's see, what do we got over here? I'm getting picky about I have a whole bunch to choose from. Getting picky about my paintbrushes. Ah, this is the exact one I wanted. All right, let's get this done. It's a shame that I made that go on top of that waterfall. It's too darn bad for what I think I'll work with that. Let's see how this is going to be. Let's see how this is going to go. You have to crawl up onto the table to get the angle that I want. Got it. Oh no. Oh no. Another one. Wait a second. What if? Why sharp, pointy things? fingernail, of course. Me and the fingernails. There we go. Okay, it's probably slightly better shape. Any last bits of this I want to use? Yes. Okay. It'll be very nice later. All right. Really got that with my nail. That's all right. It's going to get a whole nother layer, so that'll be a rapid. Nice to know where that's going to happen. All right. I've been at this for about an hour-ish. I think I'm going to take a tea break because I didn't bring one over here with me. And a food break. And check on the kiln because I'm excited about that and I want to see where it is. And then, gosh darn it, I might do this. I also have a couple of emails I need to send. But I like this. I like where this is. This is pretty cool. Let me give you guys the close up of where we are. Oh my gosh, let's not take over a container. There we go. There we go. So we've got, he's got on his shirt. Those were the things I was a little concerned about, but I like it. I like that. I like the depth it gave it. I like the way it looked. His face is gonna, there we go, the cup came off. Is gonna get a little bit more work, but I think I'm gonna make the tusks and stuff stand out more because obviously you can barely tell they're there. And I'm gonna work on the horns some more, but I like the way all this came out. I like the texture real well on his protective gear there. Rocks, they're still drying. But the hand touch up worked out nice. And the bracers are pretty good. I like to do some more detail on them. And then we just shifted over to get started on these guys. And just got started on their armament. But not too bad. Got some progress. Oh yeah, and then I made the arms get a little bit more depth, a little bit more happening there. The pull off, you can actually see better, I think. It's the best focus, but there you can see a little bit more of what's happening. So yeah, keep on, live to fight another day. Y'all do the same and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. I will probably not, given the time, make it back up here again. I am not a night owl, so it is unlikely. But have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to everyone again tomorrow.